Okay, now let's look at some grand strategies that I have planned. Cool. All right. So there are three parts of my life that I want to accomplish. The first one is to be a successful actor. The second one is to be an inventor. I've already been on the path of inventor by going to computer science school and getting a computer science degree. What I do need is I need a feasible idea, and I need the ability to do front end, which is mobile and possibly web, and the ability to handle back end. So the skills required for front end and back end is probably going to be take a significant amount of effort, probably years, 3 to 4 years that we're talking about. And if we want to add an ML component, that's going to make it even more sophisticated, and it's going to take even more time. So something that's going to help along with that is the Hacker House, where I can have my close computer science friends to help me with this idea and to build my startup as an inventor. So the Hacker House, we're looking for a 2-year plan to find a house. So this is going to happen in 2 years. And then the rest of this might take another 3 to 4 years. So this inventor path is probably going to take a 10-year. So this is something that I'm going to have to dedicate my life to. Yes. So these are some of the details: web, iOS, Android, GraphQL is the middle end that I need to know, and some of the ideas that June talked about that was interesting, that could be worth pursuing is, for example, an e-commerce voice question thing, where you can use voice to talk to an e-commerce assistant, and the e-commerce assistant will find the most appropriate merchandise for you to buy. For example, if you ask what kind of bike you want to buy, and it's going to narrow down what kind of bike you want. You want a bike that's fast and cool. Are you looking for a bike that actually looks fast or actually is fast? What's the definition of cool? Is it modern or is it retro? And then it'll give you the most appropriate bike, and it give you explanation of why that bike is most appropriate for what you're looking for. So that's a AI application in e-commerce idea that could be worth pursuing. Something else is you can take advantage of an elaborator, which is GANs, using generative adversarial network, or you can use a summarize, which is just classic ML technique. So what you could do is you can ask it, for example, a question: what's the meaning of life? It can use a GAN to expand this sentence, and then it can do a search for every single query, and then it does the summarize, and then give you an output of who said what and who said what. And then you can then specifically look at these results and drill down on every single of them using a elaborator, search, and then the summarizer approach. So this is essentially letting the computer do all the work for gathering the information for you to process. So this is something that's going to be very powerful and would be able to compete against Google. E-commerce will be able to compete against Amazon. For example, this one: explain this paragraph to me. An input a paragraph will be able to then summarize that paragraph, and then it will be able to elaborate on that paragraph, and then you can look at all the different outputs and to grab some of the key important ideas. It's like a kind of like a PCA on documents. So that would be able to break into a lot of industries like accounting and law. So these are like a rough idea of pursuing AI, and to accomplish these dreams, I'll need the Hacker House. I'll need the ideas, the front end, the back end, to be able to accomplish the Hacker House dream as an inventor.